action.
GC MMA boys coming to you this week with our Buckley versus Covington breakdown for UFC Tampa. Boys, we gotta end the year with a fucking bang this card. Like, we're going in person. We said that the last video. Some people had commented where to contact us. If you happen to be in the Tampa area going to the card and you want to link up, hit us up on Instagram at GC MMA Picks. I'll put a screenshot of it right here. But that's where you can DM us, and we should be able to see that shit.
Yeah, boys. Final card of the year, and it happens to be in our home city. We are going to end this year with a fucking major win on Hard Rock Bet for this fucking card, boys. We're going to be there in attendance. We've been waiting for this for so long. We went to the UFC Orlando card a couple years ago, but now this shit's in our own city, like where we grew up in, so best believe we're gonna show out for this event. And like you said, hit us up on Instagram, like we're down to chill with y'all. Like all we're gonna do is get fucked up and watch this shit. So just hit us up.
And thank God they got rid of the Mackenzie Dern fight. Yeah. That's one less women's fight we have to sit through in person.
One less bathroom break.
Yeah, that line's gonna be long as shit.
But boys, first fight on the card is a women's fight, so that's going to give us time to go buy the shirt, the UFC Tampa shirt, before it sells out.
Get like a Papa John's personal pizza or some
for
shit.
$45. But moving on, we've got the second fight on the card, Davey Grant versus Ramon Tavares. I'm going to go Ramon Tavares here. Davey Grant is like 38 at this point. He's never really impressed me at all in his UFC career. Roman Tavares is a newer, younger fighter on the come up. Got his lick back against Surrey City in a close fight, but I feel like if you can beat Surrey City, you can definitely beat up Davey Grant at this point in his career.
I would say Davey Grant is probably the more well-rounded fighter when you look at the ability to grapple and strike and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But I do agree with the fact that I think Ramon Tavares, being younger, faster, better power, it'll be interesting to see if it goes on the ground and grapples, because I haven't seen too much of Ramon Tavares in those situations. But I definitely would have to say that I could see Ramon Tavares, if he doesn't knock him out, by just beating the shit out of him for 3 rounds, to be honest.
Yeah, I definitely see that happen.
Dangerous Davey Grant.
I've never felt that dangerous energy from him ever when watching his fights, but it is what it is. Moving on, we've got another women's fight. Damn. At least they're getting them out of the way early in the card. But after that, it's Miles Johns versus Felipe Lima, and
yeah, go ahead, bro.
I'm going Felipe Lima. I don't know who you're going, but Felipe Lima on his debut, he submitted Muhammad Naimov, and I feel like that's a pretty good win for it being your debut. You're finishing a guy who's beat Nathaniel Wood, even though Muhammad Naimov was like one of them cheating motherfuckers, but a victory over him definitely means something, especially in your debut when it comes to fighting in the UFC. Miles Johns, he's been around. He's got decision wins over shitty guys.
Gibson.
Yeah, like people like Cody Gibson and Dan Argueta. Like, he's never really impressed me at all. Whereas Felipe Lima's coming in on his debut, submitting a guy who has notable wins in his career. So give me Felipe Lima.
Yeah, and I would say not only the win is impressive, but the submission and the finish. I mean, coming in on short notice and being able to do that, I can't wait to see this guy with a full training camp. I know we've made the comparison before, but I do think that this could be like a Diego Lopez kind of situation where you've got like one of these like raw Brazilian motherfuckers who does not play around in the cage, who can come in on short notice and have a great performance, but when they're given the opportunity, they can fuck somebody up even worse. And I mean, Miles Johns, yeah, he doesn't absolutely suck, but I haven't really been terribly impressed by him. Like, going to decision with Douglas DeAndrade or whatever the hell his name is just not impressive to me. And I don't think that you're going to be able to go 3 rounds with Felipe Lima.
Yeah, he definitely pulled up on short notice and made a statement for himself. So I hope he wins this fight and the hype train continues and he goes on to do big things in that division. But moving on, we've got Sean Woodson versus Fernando Padilla. And I'm just going to go Sean Woodson here. I feel like he's the safe pick. He's not beat the best guys in the world, but he's definitely beat those guys in like the lower part of the division where those are the type of guys you need to beat if you want to move on. Like people like fucking Charles Jourdain and Alex Caceres and people like that are guys you need to beat if you want to do big things in the division. And I know Fernando Padilla, like he's got some wins here and there. He doesn't exactly suck, but
who did he submit last time? I can't remember.
He submitted Luis Payula.
Okay, give me Sean Woodson,
yeah.
guys. Like the
and
whole
before that, he lost a decision to Kyle Nelson.
The whole thing I was trying to think about was like I remember Fernando Padilla. I just couldn't remember who it was he beat, but now that I know it was like some fucking guy like that. I mean, Sean Woodson, he is one of the best non-ranked featherweights out there, and I think that this is going to be boxing. I don't see this going wrestling, and I just think that Sean Woodson is like really good at what he's good at, and I could definitely just see him outstriking Padilla here.
Yeah, definitely. I don't see him getting a finish. This is going to be one of those decisions where he just wins based off of volume and striking at range and shit like that. So Sean Woodson by decision here, boys. But next up, I think this guy's pretty much the lock of the card, in my opinion. We've got Drakkar Klose versus Joel Alvarez, and I'm going Joel Alvarez here, boys. Drakkar Klose is like one of the most mid fighters that in the fucking lightweight division, boys. He doesn't impress you with any of his victories. He just fights just slightly better than his opponent and gets the decision win, besides a slam KO over Joe Selecki or some shit. Like, Joe Selecki sucks, so I'm not going to be like, oh, he got that slam KO, bro. Like, he might do something to Joel Alvarez. Joel Alvarez is raw. Like, he goes in there and he fucks shit up. He doesn't care about anything else, so.
Yeah, guys, and I mean, they're both 4 for their last 5, so they're pretty evenly matched there. But the reason that I am willing to back Joel Alvarez as the lock here is because typically when we give our locks, like, you know, Leyland Ware didn't hit, Manuel Torres didn't hit, we're giving these locks because we're just thinking, this guy is crazy, he's going to go in there and he just throws caution to win and fuck shit up. You know, Joel Alvarez is the opposite of that. He showed a very good performance against Elvis Brenner of being able to take his time, picking apart at range and, like, you know, still doing the damage while taking it slow. Like, don't get fucked up, he was not losing, but he was picking his shots a lot and he was being very calculated about it. And I think when you have a fighter like that, who's got good accuracy, good power, good cardio, like all that stuff. And he has decent submissions too. Like someone who's gonna approach it and not be as reckless, I'm way more confident to back a fighter who has like that kind of style.
Exactly. Like people like Joel Alvarez, they're shown to where they can be in all different types of fights and times of fights and situations and still find a way to finish the fight, whether it be in the first, second, or third round. Like, he's found a way to be able to get the finish, and that's what makes me so confident in him. I'm going to probably end up hammering the Joel Alvarez money line, or maybe by finish. I still need to think about it, but I think picking Joel Alvarez is definitely free money at this point. He's definitely going to beat the fuck out of Drakkar Klose, if not finish him.
Yeah, he's the lock.
But moving on, we've got fucking Michael Johnson versus Ottoman
Azaitar.
Yeah, boys, I'm going Michael Johnson here because, like, I fuck with Michael Johnson still. I know that he's pretty much the definition of a rogue UFC fighter, but
guys,
Ottoman Azaitar
got knocked out by Matt Frivola
and Francisco Prado. Like, Michael Johnson is way, way faster and way cleaner than either of those guys.
Yeah.
When he
Even
starts,
at this age.
even at this age, when he starts flowing in that octagon, he's gonna start beating the fuck out of Ottoman Azaitar, and I can't wait to see it in person. Like, this is honestly one of the fights I'm most excited to see in person, just to see Michael Johnson like live in his like state of running it, throwing a whole bunch of combos and fucking them up. Like, it's gonna be great to see that live, boys, and I'm gonna definitely have some money on Michael Johnson.
Yeah, I can agree, guys. Like, I said what I said about it already, but I just think Michael Johnson's one of these guys where they're just trying to put on fun fights for him now. They're not trying to give him the next contender or something. They know, okay, we're in a live event. We need an entertaining fight. Who's someone that Michael Johnson could perform against? And Ottoman Azaitar is just the guy for the job.
Yeah, literally, Ottoman Azaitar's only 2 wins in the UFC is a KO over Kama Worthy 4 years ago, and a KO over Timu Pakalin 5 years ago, who was 8-2. So
give me Michael Johnson.
Yeah,
guys.
give me Michael Johnson, boys. Moving on, we've got Navajo Sterling versus Tuco Tacos. This fight was strictly made so that Navajo Sterling looks like a fucking #1 contender. He's gonna beat the shit out of Tuco Tacos, boys.
What has Tuco Tacos even done? Like, I've never heard of this guy because of a fight he's won. I've literally never even seen the guy fight. I've literally just been looking through people's records, coming and be like, oh, okay, knockout over Tuco Tacos. Like, that happened at least three times in the last couple months. Me and him just looking through, being like, okay, his last fight was a brutal knockout over Tuco Tacos in the first round.
Yeah, like, this guy beat people on the regional scene or whatever, and he lost his debut against Umar Sy and got submitted. And he also has a loss on his record on the road to UFC. He got knocked out by Ming Yang Zong. Fucking Navajo Sterling proved to be a raw-ass motherfucker on the Contender Series. He fucked up that guy.
And he just better not be on any Cornelius Romeus shit and be like a fraud.
Yeah, I don't think he will, bro.
Boys.
I don't think he will. He's different from that fucking guy. Tuco Tacos is going out.
It's Cortavius, not Cornelius Romeus. What the fuck?
Cornelius Romeus, leader of the Romans, or some shit. Like, the fuck is that? But moving on, we got Daniel Marcos versus Adrian Yanez. Oh my god.
I'm going Daniel Marcos, guys. Like, it's no disrespect to Adrian Yanez. Adrian Yanez is what they like to call him on the commentary.
Dude. Just fuck off with that.
But, like, guys, I mean, he had a good, fight his last time with the knockout. But before that, like, here's what I'll say. I take back what I said. I really don't think losing to Rob Font is that big of a problem. Like, that was a pretty big step up, and maybe it was too soon. And then after that, he lost because of leg kicks against Jonathan Martinez. Jonathan Martinez has almost taken a bunch of people out with those leg kicks. So I don't think those are the 2 worst losses. But to be honest, like, I just feel like
decision with Davey Grant.
Daniel Marcos may just be like a more well-rounded fighter. But I'm contradicting myself like crazy as I'm thinking about this, because I'm thinking about how good Daniel Marcos looked in his last fight, but that was against Arichi Lang. So honestly, boys, I'm going with Adrian Yanez in this fight.
Boys, like, I'm going to be honest, like, I really don't know who to fucking pick in this, because both of these guys I don't really trust with having money on them. But
I have a signed Adrian Yanez card, so that kind of like made my decision.
The thing about Daniel Marcos is, like, sure, he wins fights, but I feel like he doesn't win them very convincingly or, like, impressively. Besides, his last fight was pretty impressive, but, like, going to split decision with Davey Grant and shit like that, like, I don't know. I might just go Adrian Yanez here, because I feel like he definitely has the finishing potential.
Yeah.
He has more finishing potential here, so I'm going to go Yanez. And he's an underdog.
Yeah, so there you go.
There's an underdog pick. Next up, Dustin Jacoby versus Vitor Petrino. Both of these motherfuckers let us down.
Yeah, they suck.
Dude.
I might go Dustin Jacoby, guys. Like, I mean... Dustin Jacoby, like, he went to war with Alonzo Menafield. That was impressive. He was running it. Gets knocked out by Dominic Reyes. Now we see Dominic Reyes' box. That's not that bad. What's worse? Losing to getting knocked out by Dominic Reyes? Or getting submitted by Anthony fucking Smith? Think about it for a second. That's right. I'm going Dustin Jacoby in this fight, guys.
Yeah, honestly, fuck Vitor Petrino. He pissed me off.
Because you get a knockout over Modestas Bukauskas. Decision over Tyson Pedro and submitted by Anthony Smith. Come on, guys. The hype's over with this guy for me. I'm not fucking picking him again.
Honestly, fuck this guy, bro. Like... Dude, he sold a massive shit for us. Like, we won on that card. We won big on that card.
I think that was like the one
thing that was like a plus 1,000 parlay that we had.
No, I'm saying I think that might have been like the only fight on that card that we got wrong.
Yeah, we could have won. We won big that night, but we could have won fucking generational wealth. If it wasn't for this fucking guy.
We could have had a damn GC MMA blimp.
A GC MMA yacht in that shit. Like, but this fucking guy is like going rogue and getting submitted by Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith sucks. I don't know why or what we were thinking when we picked him to beat Roman Dolidze.
Oh my god.
I don't know why. We knew it too. We knew that he sucks that bad, but we also thought Roman Dolidze sucked. And he does suck, but...
God, he doesn't suck that bad.
He doesn't suck that bad. Give me Dustin Jacoby. I know he has one win in his last 5 fights, but... Let's fucking run it, Dustin Jacoby.
And who was the last one he got? Kennedy Nzechukwu? Oh, bro, hold on. Who did he lose to before that? Because I might change to Vitor.
That guy's
not bad.
good.
Okay, not bad to Azamat.
Oh, a split decision.
Okay, yeah. Okay, guys, give me Dustin Jacoby. His job is on the line in this one.
And he's a plus 225 underdog. I'm down to sprinkle that, especially against a guy who was submitted by Anthony Smith.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
But moving on to another underdog, I'm willing to pick Manel Kape versus Bruno Silva. I'm going Bruno Silva here, boys. He came in.
I don't fuck with Manel Kape one bit.
Another guy who fucking let us down.
We thought this guy was going to be like the saving grace of the flyweight division, saying, when's Manel Kape fighting again? He fights again. He's getting in fights in the lobby and shit, and then he's going into the ring and getting his shorts pulled down and shit.
That tells me all I need to fucking know. You're getting jumped by the guy you're fighting and his whole team before the fight, talking shit back and forth. The fight starts, and you're letting this guy hold you to the ground and pull up your pants like he's giving you a wedgie or some shit and exposing your bare ass to national television, and you don't do shit about it. I'm not betting on you again.
He needs to be glad that Kai Kara-France pulled out of that fight that they had scheduled, because he would have gotten knocked out.
Motherfucker would have never fought again after that shit.
I'm going Bruno Silva, guys.
Fuck, we need to parlay
just like the Felipe Lima, Diego Lopez. He's one of these guys who's just explosive. We saw against Cody Durden. He can be losing a fight and come back out of nowhere and just pop. Like, I can trust him. I liked Manel Kape, but when you think about it, his best performance in recent memory was when Felipe Dos Santos stepped up on short notice. Before that, he lost to Mateus Nicolau and beat Tim Elliott or something. Fuck Manel Kape.
He's overrated as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's such a big favorite.
And his ass was trying to fade Israel Adesanya at that press conference.
Bro, I'm honestly down to put $100 on this shit. It's literally Bruno Silva, Dustin Jacoby, 2-leg parlay.
No. Add Adrian Yanez for shits and giggles.
For shits and giggles, if we want to go like that. But just Jacoby, Bruno Silva is plus 1,090, and adding Yanez plus 2,875.
All right, I'm putting 100 on that, guys. Like, it's either.
Are you bro?
We don't have UFC for a month, so think about if you were to bet $25 on each of the next 4 cards. Fuck that. Just put 100 on this parlay plus 2,800. Like, come on, guys.
I'm down to bet that fucking underdog parlay.
I'm down to put the balance on.
Holy shit!
I'm kidding.
We're either walking away broke or we're walking away rich.
I might storm the ring.
We might have to storm the octagon if that shit goes south because of a stupid judge's decision. Hey, shit. If we told the viewers that bet on any time somebody like rushing the octagon on some shit like they do in NFL, how you can bet on streakers. And we're telling our audience to bet on it and we run it. You guys you're gonna have to bail us out of jail.
Yeah. And give us a piece of the pie. We're looking at you, Roth Window Cleaning Services.
Real shit.
But what's the next fight?
Sorry,
we gotta be getting close now, right?
Yeah. Next fight, the co-main event. Cub Swanson versus Billy Q.
Billy Q, guys.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna pick Cub Swanson, but
he's not losing in Tampa.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Cub Swanson is a legend. Nothing but respect for the guy, but he's old now. He looked good against Andre Fili in his last fight, but like, I'm just not trusting him as he gets older to do better. And I think, yes, Billy Q has went rogue, but I think this is a great stylistic matchup for him, and he's at home, so yeah. I can't see him losing.
And the guys that Billy Q has lost to, I know we got on him previously because he sold our parlay, but that was because we were just capping on Yusuf Zalal. Yusuf Zalal is actually...
We were stupid as fuck for that.
He's an actual good fighter. And look, like his losses, Yusuf Zalal, who's really fucking good. Edson Barboza, who was good at the time. But this was before the Lerone Murphy fight, so he was good at the time. And a loss to Shane Burgos, who 3 years ago was an up and coming fighter 3 years ago.
He was straight 3 years ago.
But compared to Cub Swanson, lost a split decision to Andre Fili.
Won a split decision against Hakeem Dawodu.
Got KO'd by leg kicks by Jonathan Martinez, which alright,
understandable.
He does that to those people, and got KO'd by Giga Chikadze.
That sucks.
Yeah, and has a KO win over Darren Elkins, which, guys, come on. It's fucking Darren Elkins.
Still fuck Daniel Pineda for losing to Darren Elkins.
We're not going to be the fucking Tampa guys at the card going for the guy who's not from Tampa, alright?
As much as we may or may not fuck with Billy Quarantillo,
this is his chance to fucking redeem what he's done, and if he loses, he's gonna have hell to pay on the recap video.
We're pulling up to his gym.
Yeah, we have some shit to say. You wait all your career to fight in Tampa, go out there and lose the Cubs, a 41-year-old Cub Swanson. That's
putting our reputation on the line for your ass. And you're fucking losing.
We're riding with the Tampa boys and the Tampa card. That's as simple as it is, boys. That's how we roll around here. That's Billy Q. Fucking run it.
Main event, guys, Joaquin Buckley versus Colby Covington. This might be the goddamn lock card. Joaquin Buckley is going to beat the living daylights out of Colby Covington. Colby Covington used to be one of my favorite fighters. Same. Like 3 years ago, when he fought Usman, leading up to him fighting Usman for the second time, I was all over Colby Covington. Like, I absolutely backed him in everything possible. But his fight against Jorge Masvidal and his fight against Leon Edwards, like, it just looks like he doesn't even give a fuck about fighting anymore.
Yeah, like...
And it's like Joaquin Buckley, I think he's, 30 or 31? And I know he's been getting better, and, like, I genuinely see Joaquin Buckley. Will he be the champion? Probably not. Like, let's just be honest. Like, Joaquin Buckley, he's good. He's very good. But I could see him hovering around the top 5 of that division for a while. And I do think that with like his skill set, he can beat people the likes of Colby Covington. Like this, in the top of the division, this is like the best matchup for Joaquin Buckley, honestly.
Yeah, like we both used to be big fans of Colby. Like either you guys, oh, you like Colby? Like we used to like him, and it's not because everyone hated him. We started hating him. It's because he fucking let us down with his performances. Like I feel like he basically just sold his own career away. If he was active, way more active, he could have probably won the second Usman fight and the Leon Edwards fight.
He was too busy talking about in the undisputed king of the sports book, my bookie.
Yeah,
like dude,
if you
get
were
your ass
active
in the fucking gym.
Like you barely lost the Usman fight. You won the last 2 rounds. You could have won another round. It was a close fight in the second Usman fight. He didn't
win a goddamn round against.
He looked like an idiot, and he looked like he was talking all like. It's one thing to talk shit. Like I fuck with fighters talking shit.
Like Drickus, he might say some fucked up shit, but he backs it up.
You can't be talking shit about people's dead dads and then going out there and losing a decision.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not laughing because what he said was funny. I'm laughing because of how fucking pathetic it is to actually be that guy.
It's
like,
embarrassing.
With a smile on your face, you're like saying like fucked up stuff, and then losing.
Yeah. Joaquin Buckley, on the other hand, moving from middleweight to welterweight was the best decision he's ever made because he is a way better fighter at welterweight when he's fighting people who are around his size. In middleweight, he was always undersized in every fight.
Because 5'10",
and he wasn't. It's
not even that short. But those guys in middleweight are like 6'4" and shit like that.
When you're not able to utilize your wrestling because everyone else is bigger and stronger than you, and they're able to just use that to stop your wrestling. But we've seen at welterweight, Joaquin Buckley mixes up his wrestling, and with that mix-up is able to land the strikes he needs to take people out of there. And I think he has good enough wrestling to be able to stay on the feet against... Because this is what tells me that Leon Edwards was able to withstand the wrestling of Colby Covington. If you can't take down Leon Edwards, who isn't mainly... He's mainly a striker who's trained MMA enough...
He's mainly a pussy.
Yeah, he's a pussy striker who's trained enough wrestling to be able to withstand the wrestling of Colby. I know for a fact Joaquin Buckley's a better wrestler than Leon Edwards. I know he'll be able to keep it on the feet and land the strikes and win the decision. I don't see Colby Covington being able to chain wrestle him to the ground like he did fucking Jorge Masvidal.
Not for 5 rounds.
Yeah, not for 5 rounds.
Too much time for Joaquin Buckley to land that shot.
Yeah, so we're going to go Joaquin Buckley here, boys. I hope he gets it done and he says some shit while on the post-fight while we're live. It really sucks that there's no press conference for this fight because I would have loved to pull up there and just see what that's on.
Ask a question at the press conference.
Hey, we're from GC MMA. We just have a question about Colby Covington. How is it living with a massive pussy between your legs? Like, and dude. Dana White's like, get these guys out of here
and take their tickets for the event.
we would still finding a way to get into that shit.
They would be taking those tickets over my dead body.
You're not stopping GC MMA from seeing a UFC event in fucking Tampa, Florida. I'll tell you that right now.
But guys, like we said, majority of you probably are not from Tampa, so if you're watching this card at home, make sure, try your best to enjoy it. It's the holiday season.
Look out for us in the crowd. We'll be in that shit.
Yeah, watch it with your family. Watch it with your friends, guys. Like it's gonna be gone for probably about 4 to 5 weeks. So enjoy it as much as you can. This is gonna be a very slow next month, guys, but we do hope that you enjoy it. Drop your picks in the comments below, and once again, hit us up on IG at GCMMA Picks. I'll put a picture here if you guys are going to be at the event, and maybe we can just meet a couple of you guys and then see what's up, buy you guys a beer or some shit like that.
Yeah, boys, let's close out the year with a fucking bang. We'll be at the event. We'll have money on the line. Let us know in the comments. Hit us up. We'll be there, boys. We'll see you in the next video.
GCMMA out.